Good morning, Year 3. Today's date is Wednesday, the 9th of December. Our learning objective for today is to subtract multiples of 1, 10 and 100 from 3-digit numbers. Our vocabulary focus is 100s, 10s, 1s, subtraction instead of addition like yesterday, exchange, and place value. So you'll hear me saying these words quite often during the video today. Our steps to success, similar to yesterday, is to partition the 3-digit number into the hundreds, tens and ones, to discuss and identify the digit that needs changing, and to record the subtraction sentence. We are going to begin with our times table focus warm-up. Today's times table focus is the 2 times table. I'm going to repeat the 2 times table, and if you would like, you may join in with me. You may then want to pause the video and have a go on your own. And at some point today, you may wish to go on to Times Table Rockstars or hit the button to practice. So joining in with me if you'd like to, the 2 times table. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 2 is 8. 5 times 2 is 10. 6 times 2 is 12. 7 times 2 is 14. 8 times 2 is 16. 9 times 2 is 18. 10 times 2 is 20. 11 times 2 is 22. And 12 times 2 is 24. Next is your starter for today, and it's looking at 10 more or 10 less than these numbers. So you are looking at 10 more than 50, 10 less than 26, 10 more than 84, 10 less than 41, 10 more than 68, and 10 less than 95. It may help you to remind yourself of partitioning the tens and ones so you can add or subtract the tens to those numbers. Pause the video at any point to have a go at these questions, and then the next slide will be revealing the answers. So here are your answers to the starter. 10 more than 50 is 60. 10 less than 26 is 16. So if we had a look at that and partition the number 20 and 6. So I'm looking with 10 less than 20. So that's where I get the 10 from. 10 more than 84 is 94. 10 less than 41 is 31. 10 more than 68 is 78. And 10 less than 95 is 85. So you may want to pause the video here so you can self-mark, or you can just continue on to the next slide. You may have noticed on this one as well, when you're finding 10 more or 10 less than a number, it's the ones column that stays exactly the same. Okay? I'm going to follow the same process as I used yesterday when adding hundreds, tens or ones to 3-digit numbers, but we're going to apply it with our subtraction today. So first of all, just like yesterday, I would like you to copy the place value grid on a piece of paper. And in that place value grid, I want you to write 856. Check each digit is in the correct place value column. When you have written out the 3-digit number in the place value column, I want us then to think about this subtraction question. 856 take away 10. Think about this with your partner, maybe your parent at home. Which digit did you change and how do you know? 856 take away 10. Which column will need to change? Write your answer on the place value grid. Pause the video at any point to have a go at this question, or carry on and I'll reveal the answer in a few seconds. Let's look. 856 take away 10. The answer is 846. So the digit that you will have had to have changed was the tens column. Before, there was 50 in the tens column, and when we subtract 10 from 50, we get 40, which is why you can see 4 in the tens column for 4 tens. I want you now to have a go on your own at these two questions below. 856 take away 20 and 856 take away 40. Use the place value grid to help you. Pause this video at any point to have a go at these two questions, or in 5 seconds time I'll be revealing the answers. Let's look at the answers then. 856 take away 20. So it's the tens column that we are changing. I have 5 tens at the moment. If I'm taking away 2 tens, I'm left with 3 tens. So the answer is 836. The second question, 856 take away 40. At the beginning I have 5 tens, 50. Taking away 4 tens, 50 take away 40, we are left with 1 10. So the answer is 816. Next we're going to have a look at subtracting multiples of 100. So let's read this together. 856 take away 100. Have a go and write this on your place value grid. Pause the video at any time. Be thinking about which place value column is going to be changing in this question. In 5 seconds time, I'll reveal the answer. So when we subtract 100 from 856, it should be the hundreds column that changes. I have 800, subtract 100. I get 700. So altogether, I have 756. Now it is your turn to practice subtracting multiples of 100 from 3-digit numbers. Have a go at these two questions. 856 take away 200 and 856 take away 400. Use the place value grid to help you, thinking about which place value column is going to be changing. Is it the hundreds, tens, or the ones? Pause the video to have a go at these two questions, and I'll reveal the answer after. And the answers are 856 take away 200 is 656. Remember, it is the hundreds column that is changing. If I have 800 and I take away 200, I'm left with 600. So altogether, 656. The second one, 856 take away 400 equals 456. Have a look at which digits stayed exactly the same when I was subtracting hundreds. You will notice that the tens and the ones stay exactly the same. So both answers contain 56 at the end. The next question, we're going to look at subtracting ones from 3-digit numbers. So let's read this one together. 856 take away 4. Have a go on your place value grid and talk to an adult, or you can think about it by yourself, which digit this time is going to be changing. Is it the hundreds, the tens, or the ones column? Pause the video and have a go at the question, or continue on and I'll reveal the answer in 5 seconds time. So when we subtract 4 from 856, it is the ones column that is changing. To begin with, I had 6 in the ones column. When I subtract 4, I'm left with 2. So let's see how you get on with these two questions now to try on your own. 856 subtract 2, and 856 subtract 6. Pause the video to have a go, and I'll reveal the answer on the next slide. So let's have a look at the last two questions in this section. 856 take away 2 is 854. When I take away 2 from 6, I get 4. Second question, 856 take away 6, and that equals 850. So just see how you notice in the ones column, when I took away 6 from 6, I'm now left with 0. And if you could remember, that 0 is now a place value holder. It means that I have no ones left over. Your task today is a chili challenge, choosing either set A, set B, or set C. Or, if you would like, you can have a go at all three sections. Section A is looking at 2-digit numbers, take away ones and tens values. Nice and simple. Section B is looking at subtracting ones, tens, or hundreds from 3-digit numbers. So this is just like I have shown you in the slides today. And section C, all that has happened is all of these have been put into worded problems. So number 1, 84 people are on a coach. 20 get off in Manchester. How many are left on the coach? So all of section C, they are still subtraction. So remember, when we do subtraction, we begin with the biggest number and we are taking away the smallest digit. Question number 6 on section C, we're a little bit challenging. You may notice it crosses the tens barrier, which means more than one column, place value column, will need to change. So think about, will the hundreds, tens, or ones need to change for question 6 in section C? Pause the video and have a go at the questions. When you are ready, the next slide will reveal the answers. So here are your answers where you can self-assess and mark your own. Each section is out there ready for you, section A, section B, and section C. Any questions that you got wrong, don't forget you can rewind this video and go back to the beginning and you can watch how to do it again. Then may I suggest that you go back and have a go at the questions again, using the place value grid to help you, so that you can have a go and challenge yourself at correcting any mistakes. I thought I'd add on a Mastery Monkey challenge for today. So, which calculations match the model? You have a part whole model here, so 700 in the blue, and you've got two parts, 500 and 200. So when I add the two parts together, it makes the whole. Or when I have a whole number, 700, take away one part, it equals the other part. So you have a list on the right hand side here of different calculations. I want you to tick or cross the calculations that match the part whole model. And here are your answers to that Mastery Monkey challenge. 200 add 700 equals 500. No, definitely not. Seeing as we were adding multiples of 100 yesterday, we should be able to add 200 and 700 together. What do we get when we add those two together? We get 900. So 500 is wrong. Second one, 700 equals 500 and 200. So if I was looking at part whole model, 700 in blue is the whole, and my two parts, 500 and 200, make the whole. So that is right. The third one, 200 equals 700, take away 500, and that one is right. 700 equals 500, take away 200. Let's have a think. 500 take away 200. I get 300 there, so 700 is wrong. 500 take away 200. equals 700. Let's have a think. 500, take away 200, 500, 400, 300. So 700 is wrong. Last one, 500 equals 700, take away 200. So if I look at that part-whole model, that one matches. 700, take away 200, 700, 600, 500. There we go, 500 is right. And that is the end of today's lesson, subtracting multiples of 1, 10 and 100 from 3-digit numbers. You should have all been able to partition your 3-digit numbers today into the 100, 10s and 1s. You should have all discussed and identified the digit that needed changing. And you should have all have recorded your subtraction sentences. Think about how you got on today and what were you proud of? Are you still finding any of it hard? If so, go through the video again. And what help do you need to improve? Ask an adult at this stage if you are struggling, or equally if you would like to send me an email of your work on 3c@handfordhall.omat.org.uk. I'm happy to help via email on any of your questions. Well done today, Year 3, and good luck with tomorrow's learning.